and welcome to Design It with Tammy Gibbs. I'm Tammy, and today I'm super excited to be sharing two great things, some wonderful new Artistlely 5 features that are going to make doing junk journal and ephemera, or however you say that, all of the little elements that go with junk journaling. It's going to make it so much fun and so cool. And my brand new, just released, the AI Artist Playbook Junk Journal Edition. So I'm going to be showing you some ways that you can incorporate both of these elements together to get some phenomenal results. And I so hope that you're going to enjoy this video. So let's jump right in. Artistlely 5.0 is just, oh my gosh, it's like fire right now because it has just added so many things. And yes, they're working out some tweaks and some bugs, and that's perfectly fine because they have got so much stuff packed in here now until if you can't, if they're working on one element of it, you can work on something else. But I'm going to be primarily working with 3 different features today, along with, like I said, my playbook for junk journal. We're going to go into the Fast AI, and I'm going to draw your attention right here to the Artistic Designer, and that's going to be one of the main features that I'm going to be using. I'm also going to take you over here to this AI Art Illustrator, which we've done some things under there as well. And there we go. Okay. I was about to think something was going wrong. I think I've got a little something going on with my computer as far as it locked up there for a minute. Sorry about that. So I'm going to draw your attention to down here. They have added a steampunk journal and a grunge scrapbook. And they have also added way up here something that some of you might like to play with. I haven't played with it too much. This creepy vintage. So these are primarily, and I said 3, but there's actually 4 different things that we're going to probably play with. But anyway, we're going to go back over here to the main one now, and I'm going to grab a prompt from right over here in my personal designs. These are some things I was playing with earlier. So just to save time and everything, I'm going to kind of just depend on them. These sample prompts came from the new Volume 4 AI Artist Playbook for Junk Journal, the Junk Journal edition. So this is the original prompt here. And let me just pull it up for you. Romantic vintage layout with scalloped edge paper, floral swag and corner ribbon tied snippet, and faint script background. As you notice, it really does not mention any color. So that leaves the color open for us to work with. I've got my playbook over here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to go to let's see, page 147, and this is the Dark Academia Aesthetic style guide. So there's many style guides, but we're just going to look right now at the color palette, and I want to add this. Let's use the muted bronze and antique gold just to show you how you can play with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to try it right here at the end. Now you can move it around with Artistlely. Sometimes it works better in one place or another. And inside the playbook, you'll notice I have lots of templates. Since the playbooks are designed for multiple different, whatever AI generator you're using, you may need to tweak it for your particular generator. So if something's not working in one place, then shift it around, put it in the front, look for any reference to color, replace it, do that sort of thing. If any of you have watched my videos in the past on prompting workshops, you know kind of how that works. So we're going to do that, and we're going to see kind of how this looks in a dark academia kind of look with those colors. Now, just because I said dark academia does not mean that this will take on that style, because I don't have any reference to dark academia in it. I only changed the colors. So it probably will, it should be a little darker, but it probably will not have that dark academia look to it. There we go. Okay. So we used the muted bronze and antique gold. So you see how it gave it little touches of gold right here. And then I don't see a lot of bronze in there, but we're going to go back in and we're going to put it at the beginning and see if that makes a difference. And I just added colors in a romantic vintage layout with the scalp. So we're going to see how it works. And this is just going to be an example of how you can tweak. It's a very pretty and very romantic looking little layout there. I also want to encourage you to incorporate the 2D and the 3D depending on if you're getting one or the other, you may want to add that. If you want to get the other layout style like flat lay, you want to be very in tune to the different prompting words that can encourage different things. Okay, so we added it to the front, and I do feel like it kind of gave us a little bit more of that goldish kind of look in here. Let's do this. Let's download it and upload it in here. Nothing working like it is supposed to. All right, so I'm going to make this big, and now you can see the gold elements. I don't feel like there's a lot of bronze, but it did implement sort of the gold. You know how AI is. Sometimes it absolutely does what the heck it wants to and it won't do it. So maybe if we flipped it around, and we can try that too, we can go in and regenerate it and put maybe just bronze and not muted. Let's see. Bronze and antique gold colors. And just do it again. But that is a very pretty design. The ribbons are just very beautiful. Okay, but while we're waiting on that, let's just go back into my playbook and let's try this ash gray, plum, and ink blue and see what it's going to do. And then we're going to go and try that same one and show you something else. Okay. Ooh, pretty. Okay. So that's very pretty. And that tends to have a little bit more bronzy look to it. Okay, so we're going to download that one, and I've learned that we can just go over here and we will pull it up where we can see it really well. See, very, very pretty details, very metallic looking, and very romantic looking. So very beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go in and go back to, we're going to go back to here. This was our base prompt. We're going to regenerate it. And we are going to, it looks like it did better to do it in the front. Ash gray, plum, ink blue colors in a romantic vintage layout. And let's show you how you can, this is just with color. Now, if you really are into color, which I am, I just think that choosing the right colors with your layouts and everything just elevates them so much more. That and adding texture. But I also have a playbook just on mastering the AI, color in AI, stuff. And it's just got so many prompt banks and word banks and everything. Look how beautiful this is. That's gorgeous. Okay, let's open it up here. We're not fooling with Canva since Canva is not working today. Look how absolutely stunning that is. It's vibrant, it's beautiful. Artistly is just doing such an amazing job, and obviously, I'm really a big fan of my playbooks because I just believe as a foundational, it just gives you that kickstart so that you have something to build on. There are so many different ways that this prompt can now be um, worked with and played with, and totally how you can change it into different things. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to go over and we are going to go to 158. Okay, so here are some. Okay, so for a background page, those basically were background pages. So let's look at some tags and labels, and we're going to look at some of the sample templates for those, and I'm going to show you how you can merge these. And so, okay, so let's just play with this one with the scalloped because it kind of goes along with what we're doing. So we're going to take and do this. We're going to grab this. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to where we were. Here. And we're going to amend this one. So we've got our colors. We love those colors. They're beautiful. And this is a romantic vintage layout with scalloped edge paper. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this with our romantic vintage label with scalloped edge. We're leaving everything else the same. So we're grabbing that base, and then we've changed color. Now we're changing the actual product that we're going to be doing. Okay, so, and just because it says 300 DPI, some generators are going to give you that. Artistly is not going to give you that just because you ask for it. So it's fine to leave it in there. It's not going to do anything. You're going to have to convert it or use the bulk features when they get those working for Artistly again, or convert it with, some of your other programs outside of Artistly until they get that fixed. Okay, so what we're going to do is now we're going to see what we get with this same color scheme and everything, and see if we get a tag. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's okay. It's okay to play. It's okay to have things that don't work out with AI. If you're working with AI, you're going to have things that do not work out. All you have to do is go back and tweak it a little bit more. So I know what I want my goal to be. Okay, so here we go. We do have a cute little tag. It's very cute. Could we use it with this? Absolutely. We could. But let's see what more would look like. Let's see if we change the shape of it, what we're going to get. So we're going to change the shape a little bit and see if we get a different, more of a tag. This is a square tag sort of thing. But let's see how it changes the look of it. Now you can always manually use some of the elements. I mean, you could use a frame in Canva and you could pull this in, and you would be able to turn that into a tag, sort of the old-fashioned way. Oh, pretty. So that's really pretty. Now, what we could also, since this actually, it doesn't have the hole for the tag, but it does have the scallops. So that's easily workable. And this one right here, I think actually probably works right along with, with this as well. So, what you can do is you can ask it to do away with the faint script background. So we'll try that and see if we get something that somebody could like actually fill in on the tag. So let's just do away with that. Okay. And we're going to do it that same shape. But for everyone that has been waiting for Artistlely to get over that hump and get us back where you have um, something that you can get this vintage distressed look from, those beautiful looks that, it seemed like it just couldn't make them work because they looked too polished. They have done such an amazing job delivering these features for us. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these inside of the AI Art Illustrator, this same prompts, and we're going to see the difference in what the delivery is going to be like for that. And I may even play with another feature just to show you. I mean, there's so many different places that you could do this. This is just one that I found was really cool. Okay, so here we have a beautiful tag that now has no script and is perfect for getting that tag that you can, or card. This could easily be like a quote card, or, honestly, for the right bride, this would be a beautiful wedding invitation. If they are into vintage and like the purples and stuff, you may see this in a wedding invitation for me. So, you know, it's just the way it is. When I create things, I always want to use them. So beautiful, absolutely beautiful, stunning. Okay, now could we do more than one? Yeah, we could. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Romantic, vintage, labels. And let's see what it does. See if it will give us multiples, because I changed and put labels instead of label. So some people, if you don't mind breaking them apart, it's a little extra work. But if you wanted to sell like a sheet of them, like for people that have crickets, then you may want to generate just one sheet or do fussy cuts. They can do them, they can cut them out by hand, or they could. Okay, so this one didn't. So I actually do have like a multi. Let's see if we can. We'll come back to this, but you can, inside the playbook, there are several sample prompts to get the multiples on one page like that. In fact, let me just scroll down and I can show you some of those. Let's see. These like multiples here. In fact, let's see printable mini tags. Let's see how we can potentially go back and use that with this look that we've got here. Okay, so let's go back to this one, regenerate, and let's see. Scalloped edge. Let's go down here. We're sort of dissecting. Okay, printable mini tags. Okay, copy, romantic, vintage. And we're going to replace with printable mini tags with scalloped edge. We're going to erase this. Okay, so now let's see what we get. I would love to have the little multi-tags work out in this pattern, this design. This may be in my shop soon. I really love the colors. I love that purpley indigo color. beautiful. I love them. I love them. They're so pretty. Now, these do go a little off the edge here, but, for a fussy cut or something like that, still so pretty. Very, 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 very pretty. Very pretty. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so much versatility. Y'all are going to have so much fun with this playbook. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now let's, excuse me. Let's do this. Let's try this dark academia. And let's go back over here. We're going to go to this one and we're going to regenerate it. And then we're going to go to add this dark academia right here. Dark academia tag with wax seal. Typewritten word. And I'm actually going to put book lover and just see what it does. This is a mix mash of it, so we don't really know what it's going to do, but let's just see if we get that dark academia look. And then we're going to go and play with some of these inside some of the other. This is the Artistic Designer, which I love. It's my new favorite. I keep saying that. Oh, how pretty. Look at this, book lover. That's a neat little tag with the wax seal down here. Let's blow that up. Let's blow it up. Let's blow it up and see the tag detail. Y'all, these wax seals here are so cool. They are very cool. Look at this detail. Let me just show you. How real does that look? Oh my gosh, it's just gorgeous. So very pretty. Okay, let's go back. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to, like, for instance, I am going to grab this. And this was in that bronze and antique gold look. So I'm grabbing that prompt. I'm going into the AI Art Illustrator. And what we're going to do is we're going to try the creepy vintage. And just see how it turns out. Because I want you to get the full scope of what you can do with this tool, Artistlely version 5, and then also with the playbook, how the two just work together so well, and how they can just elevate your prompts, elevate your products. Oh, how pretty. Now that's very lovely. Very pretty. I can see so many ways to use this. I mean, think about this. You'd have to wiggle it around. You'd have to, for instance, you can eliminate the book lover here and ask for the tag here to be, have a blank space or something like that. And there's all kind of ideas on how to get that wording correct so that you can get a tag that you can write in, just like we went in and erased the faint text or script. But this would be so pretty to do for like book plates that people could print out. They could fill in their own, like a template, so that they could put their own name in there and then use them as the little stickers that go inside real books, physical books, and with their names and stuff. This has really got just a lovely feel to it. So nice. And that was done with something you wouldn't even imagine. I mean, really, this spooky or creepy vintage, so many ways to use that are not creepy, that are only pretty vintage. So now we're going to take the same thing and we're going to go down here to this steampunk journal. Okay. And we're going to look and see how that looks and how it changes the look. So there are things, we change and we tweak with our colors and our other things, but style wise, we have so many different ways that we can use the same prompts and still get different products out of it. Lovely. Look at this. How cool is that? Very neat with the wax seal and very pretty. Now, this would also do away with the name, and this would be a pretty book plate as well. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so let's go in and now do it with our other grunge scrapbook look. Then I think I'm going to go further. I know I said I was only going to do 3, and then it was 4, and we're going to try something else just for the heck of it, just to see what look we get. I'm going to take you into yet another designer just because it would be super cool and I want to see what kind of effects we can get out of it just for fun. Look at this one. So these are similar. The grunge, I mean the grunge and the the grunge scrapbook and the steampunk journal are very similar in that they give you these really dark looks. But anyway, okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to go in and copy this again. We're going to take this same prompt and we're going to go in and we're going to play over here under clip art. And we're just going to see what it does because I'm not sure exactly what it will do. I haven't done it before with these, and this is just one image. I should have done more. I will go in and you can do up to 10 images under the clip art feature, which is really cool if you're just looking, if it works right, if it gives you a similar look, or you just want to build some elements. Okay, so not nearly as dark or anything like that, but you can also play with the colors here. You could probably work with those. But think about for like some stickers and stuff to go along with it and everything. So let's go back. We can't recreate that one, so I have to go back in and just do it. Okay, so right now they don't have it where you can recreate from the same. Okay, so I just got these to come up. Look how cute they are. So look how cute. Now these would make really cute little book plates. So what you'd have to do is just remove that book lover word out of it, and then you should probably be able to get the labels. You want to try it? Let's see. Let's see if we can try it. Let's see. Let's go back over here. Let's go to clip art. Let's insert it again. Let's do 10 images again, but let's remove a typewritten word book lover. And let's just see what it gives us. So we're a totally different product than Junk Journal. Sorry, I squirreled a bit, but that's kind of the way it is with AI because I don't know if you've ever started working with oh, look, how cool. Okay, so this was its interpretation when I removed the word. These are neat little elements. The key is really cute. So, neat. So, something to play with. All right, let's get back to the junk journaling and let's go to here and here. I'm going to do this and we're going to take this one into the Illustrator. But one of the really cool things with working with AI is a lot of times I call them happy mistakes. And it really is amazing how you can start with one thing and then you end up with like an idea for a totally different product. I did that recently and I'm not going to tell you, but I created some clip art and then I was playing around with it and I turned it into something else. And I've got a whole line that's going to come out soon using that little happy mistake because I was just playing around with it, and I didn't really. I'm not sure I understand. Sorry, my Apple Watch is trying to take over and talk to me. Lovely. Look how pretty these are. Okay, so now this was under the grunge scrapbook look. So those are very pretty. Those would make an entirely different pack of just labels, or you could do initials in these, to go along with your scrapbooks, or they could be a scrapbook page. Nothing saying that this couldn't be a whole scrapbook page. It's just all in what you want, the style that you want, that sort of thing. Let's see what it would look like if we take that same and it's under the grunge scrapbook. We do 4 of them, but we change the shape of it now and see what we get. But I'm just going to give you some ideas. Also using the AI Artist Playbook Junk Journal Edition. If you're not doing junk journals, but you're doing wedding invitations or, book plates. If you're doing anything vintage, then you're going to find tons of things to play with inside of the playbook. Look at these, how pretty. Now, see, some of these would make beautiful, like you could do a little shower invitation. You could do the quote cards in here, would be so pretty. And now that we can do the multiples inside of the AI Illustrator, you can get some really consistent multiple image packs. Oops, I didn't do that the right shape, but they could still go together though. So let's just say that was a pack. You've got the little minis, and then you've got these would be great little tags. They do not have the little circle there, but they still would make great little tag stickers or whatever. Now, let me go further and regenerate, and let's just see what it'll do. Romantic vintage label with scalloped edge, floral swag in the corner, and a letter A in a beautiful script font. And let's just see what it does. Let's see if it'll put us an initial in there. It's worth a try. Oh, it did not. It did not put the letter. So let's go back in. Let's try again. Okay, so centered. I do a lot of sloppy prompting, just to be honest with you. It typically turns out pretty good, but I do sort of prompt sloppy a lot of times. But if you have the right words and Sloppy's okay. Look, my sloppy prompting got us a beautiful A initial on a really pretty image. Let's see if we can change that now. Now you will have to change it here as well because, and it wasn't exactly in script, but we could probably change that too. But right now we're just going to see if we can get a B. Oops. I've gone out and into my, sorry about that. I hit the wrong thing. It happens. If y'all watch my videos, you know they're not very well scripted. Look how pretty. That one actually did do a script. Now, let me show you a little trick. Okay, so let's just say you want it to be the same. You can go over here and, for instance, down here you could say, make the initial a C, but keep the font from this one and the style the same. And let it edit the prompt for you. Again, sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but just a little trick. And use that little magic wand and see if you can get very similar. These are really pretty though. We gotta see. How cool is that? Very pretty. You could also see that, carry it out if you wanted the same font and everything, then you could continue and make you a little you could make a little alphabet that way. Okay. So just looking back at some of the amazing things. The Playbook. Y'all, it is slap dab full of so many things. There is a bonus section in the back that has all kind of stuff. It has tons of word and phrase banks. It has, they're sprinkled all through, like with the different sections. You've got sample prompts and all kind of stuff like that. But in the very back, the bonus section, let me just show you the bonus section back here. This thing is 380 something pages, I think. So this is bonus tools and inspiration. You have worksheets. You have motifs. All kind of prompt examples for practice. So many different things. Textures. Binding details, like for instance, exposed spine, stitched edge, twine binding, ribbon ties, all kind of aesthetics. Just so many things. Literally, it is so packed that you should not anytime soon run out of inspiration when you get up in the morning. There's even different handwriting and labeling descriptors, so many things. Oh my gosh. It took a long time to get it all put together the way it should be. So many things, so many amazing things. So anyway, Artistlely 5 is great. And I think I've illustrated today how you can absolutely use it for junk journaling, how many different ways that you can use it, how many different designers or generators that are going to give you different results, how you can use the playbook to just absolutely blow your business up. These tools, your creativity were just made to go together. And I hope all of you that have already purchased are just having a ball working with it. I hope this video helps you to explore it and start prompting. I'm probably going to do some more videos using the Junk Journal playbook and showing you also, if you own the previous versions of the playbook, we're now on volume 4, how you can take bits and pieces from those playbooks and just even go further, because you can use things from all of them. Y'all, when I am creating for my store, a lot of times I will have like 3 playbooks opened and I'll be jumping from one to the other. I'll go like, okay, vintage, or I'll go, this is surreal, or this is, street art, whatever it is, I blend them all together to create my own styles. And I just can't wait for you to do the same thing and realize your true creative nature through these tools. But thank you for watching. Please do visit the description because I have all sorts of helpful links down there. I have a great weekly newsletter. It's free. Be sure and join that. Some of my other previous videos have had, they've had a link that was broken to the newsletter. So anyway, if anytime you can't find a link, you can always go to a different videos. Just most of them have it in the descriptions. So you can look there. Always just ask me if you need it and I'll get it to you. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope you'll check out the Junk Journal playbook if you don't already own it. And I hope you will also grab Artistlely before they decide. I mean, I really just feel it building towards them going to a different way. They may never do it, but from the beginning, they've always said that once they get it built out the way that they really are working towards, that they will probably be not offering the one-time lifetime deal that they have now. So if you really want to invest in your future, invest in a tool that you'll be able to use right on and on without having to pay that monthly fee. And that's just going to be more profit for you in the future. So thank y'all for so much support. Be sure and if you haven't joined my Facebook group, link to that also in the description. And we'd love to welcome you. It's just a great way for you to interact with other folks using Artistlely or other generators that are using the playbooks that are, that I'm trying to help. It's a way that I can talk. I mean, I can't get on and do a video every single day, even though sometimes I do them once a day. But anyway, it's a way for me to be able to interact with you guys on a little bit more personal level. And I love being able to see what you're doing with the playbooks and with Artistlely. So have a great day, and I'll just see you next time.